Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, Taurus? Taurus. Welcome. I'd like to welcome you. This is Tallmantarot. If you're new to the channel, please go down and hit the subscribe button really quick and set the notification bell to all so that you don't miss out on any of the content that I release for the channel. Thank you for that and welcome. Thank you. For those that have already subscribed, I'd like to say thank you very much for your love and support. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the love, the likes, the shares, everything. You're really helping the channel to grow, and I love you for it. Thank you. All right, so, first and foremost, I have a brand new tarot deck. Actually, it's an oracle deck called Answers from Your Higher Self. So you tune into your higher self and you shuffle up and you find out what it is that you need to know. You know, answer some questions for yourself from your higher self. Answer questions for yourself from yourself. But yeah, I also have Tallmantarot apparel. We have clothing over there, hoodies, long sleeve, you know, gym apparel. We got all kind of stuff going on. It'd be nice if you go over and take a look, you know, get yourself something, you know, the holiday season, you know, Christmas time or whatever. If you just want to get a gift for loved ones or whatever the case may be, do that. It's there for you. Okay. All right. So let's get started here. Spirit, what do we have for Taurus for the month of December 2021? What do we have? All right, let's do it. I like it. This entire reading, the energy of this reading is about peace, you know? Peace. You're either achieving some kind of peace, looking forward to some kind. Either way it goes, it's about peace. And that's good. I like it. When the focus is on peace, I like that. That feels good. I think everybody does. For the beginning of the month, we have the message of wildness. Intuitively, that's telling me that you are moving towards being yourself, like you're letting yourself, it's been a period of time where you weren't, it's almost like you were keeping yourself from everybody, like your personality, like you were being more reserved and whatever. Now it seems as if this is the time for you to open up and be who you are, like unapologetically being yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that is going to work out really well for you in the beginning of the month of December. You should be that way all the time anyway. That's the best way to be, you know? Yeah, that's what's happening in the beginning of the month of December. You're just opening up. You're being who you are, you know? Not really caring who doesn't like it and appreciating those that do. And those that appreciate people being themselves will appreciate you. That's what's happening here. We have a transformation that's happening for you in the middle of the month here. There's you're morphing into something else. Changes are coming again. Changes are coming again for you in the middle of the month here. So something old is getting thrown out and something new is emerging from it. And whatever it is pretty. It's beautiful, you know? So you're shedding a skin. And you're doing something new, and that's good. We like that as well. And also, it looks like at the end of the month, if you were thinking about like moving, you're not wanting to move, or we'll get more into that when we're gonna clarify what's going on here with that. But it looks as if you're not wanting to leave. We'll get into that. We'll find out what that's about. Yeah. If you were wanting to leave or move, either one of the two, it seems as if that's changing. at the end of the month of December. All right, let's talk about this wildness. Can we talk about this wildness here? Oh, jumped right out. Okay, so this has something to do with there was a situation going on here, and I feel like it's a relationship situation maybe, where there was no communication between, you know, you and someone else, and it's like you didn't want to work on it anymore because, or it's like the communication is coming through to where you feel like you might want to work on it. You might want to work on it because you no longer want to feel like you're being left out in the cold. You don't want to feel like you're being left out anymore. That's what I'm seeing. There was a situation where you guys you weren't communicating at all. Now you decide to actually, something's changed with you where I heard swag is up, like something just happened where your energy has completely changed in a situation with someone that you were dealing with that you were not in communication with. Something that you probably was wondering if you should work on it anymore. Well, now you feel like maybe you might want to work on that again because you don't want to be left out in the cold. And this has something to do with something from the past that you feel like it was a lost opportunity. It feels like you're coming back. And you are coming back like looking good, looking better. Like you're just like, you're hard to resist is what I'm hearing. Hard to resist when you come back. So to whoever it was that you weren't in communication with and you know, you didn't, I feel like it was you that made a decision not to deal with someone, and now you are coming back to tell that person that you do want to deal with them, and because you feel like you were being left out in the cold. But it's kind of weird because it feels like you're the one who actually declined the situation and put yourself in this feeling. So maybe there was something going on with you where you felt like you weren't in the position to deal with this person. And now the script has flipped with you. And now you're like, okay, well, now I want to. And when you come back, you're coming back like better than ever, like better than you were before. Because you feel like somebody might have left you out in the cold, or you don't want to feel like you're being left out in some kind of situation. What's going on here, Taurus? I mean, if you're coming back flyer than you was, it's going to be hard for them to resist you. It already sounds like it's hard for them to resist you as it is. But you're like, all right, now you're ready to jump back and jump back into the scene and jump back into the situation because you don't want to feel like you're being left out in some kind of way. I mean, it is, you know, we are in cuffing season, I believe, the Netflix and chill season, so maybe you're ready. All right, let's move over to the middle of the month here. What is this transformation about, Spirit? Oh, yes. Have you realized something about this connection? It feels like you realize something about this connection. I also feel like you're having trouble making a choice between this connection and another connection. And you might have realized that the other selection was not almost as if there was no passion in the other connection. Not this connection that you're going back to. It's almost like you had a choice between two. And you had trouble choosing the two. And you left one alone to actually figure out if you wanted to be with the other. And after some time of thinking, you decided, I want the one that I turned my back on and left alone. And so you're coming back into that situation like real fly. Like, I'm talking about the kind of fly that's like, there's no way this person's going to turn me down. Because I'm turning it up on this person. I'm going to turn the heat up on this person that I left alone. So it feels like you're coming back to that person. Because you chose to leave this person alone. And now you're like, well, I feel like this person ain't even going to deal with me. Like they're leaving me out of everything. They're not, really communicating with me. But you're the one who did that. So that you can focus on this and figure out what it is that you wanted. Now you realized you took it inside and you shine a light on a situation to figure out what it was. Or either this is a Virgo that you could have been dealing with or thinking about. But yeah, either way, you are realizing that this might be some kind of divine connection and you might want to go back to this connection. So there is a transformation that is happening with you and you are moving towards that. What do we have at the bottom of it? Yeah, like I said, you're having a choice between two things. These two people or two thoughts in your mind were just equally as great. I got a feeling there's two people that you were having a choice in between and they were equally good, but you just couldn't make a choice. Now it looks as if you've made a choice. Looks as if you've made a choice here, Taurus. All right. So for the end of the month, what about this home? What's going on? Wow. So, So I'm getting a feeling that you might have left someone that you were in a committed relationship with to seek something elsewhere. And now you're realizing, I don't want to leave that situation. And I kind of feel like could have been a live-in situation where it was like a committed live-in situation and you left that situation because maybe you thought that the grass was greener or, I don't know, something could have been going on. It could have been a lot of problems. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse, so it's like you're not wanting a cycle to end that could have been painful. I got a feeling that this relationship that you're coming back to, it could have been very painful. And that's probably why you decided to venture elsewhere and see if there was love somewhere else. But now you're having this idea in your mind that this person is a divinely guided person that was sent to me, and I want to go back. I want to come back home. Like, I don't want to leave home. Like, I don't want to leave this behind. I don't want to leave. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So it was like, either you're not planning to leave, not planning to end this cycle. This is a cycle that hasn't, you don't want the cycle to end. So you want some kind of peace. That's what the whole entire reading was about. And underneath that was a self-imposed mental imprisonment was going on here. You're in your head about it. You were in your head about this whole thing, And that's the Two of Swords. You were in your head about the situation and you didn't know which situation was better, but now it seems as if you've made some kind of, because you were lacking clarity. And this could be about a marriage, a long-term relationship that was ended. And I'm getting a feeling that you want to come rushing back to that situation. It's been keeping you up all night, and all you want to do is just move forward in peace. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. Wow. So it looks like you're ready to go back to something and try to make something work here. If you feel like this person is divinely guided to you, and you feel like this is your forever or your soulmate or whatnot, then it looks as if, you know, obviously this reading isn't for everyone, it's a general, but for the ones that need to hear this message, it looks like you want to go back. And it's a painful cycle that you're refusing to end, is what I'm going to say. But if you love this person and you want to make it work, of course you have free will. Everyone has free will. But I mean, if you're already with someone and you keep thinking of this person, you can't leave this person alone. Looks like you're making a decision to go back to that. You're really not planning on leaving this cycle. You're not planning on closing this cycle. Looks like you're going back. Spirit, what is your advice for Taurus in the month of December? So it seems as if it's time for you to speak up about what's been keeping you in a self-imposed mental imprisonment, because that's what's going to get you out of it. Okay, so you have to be very clear about what it is that you want from this relationship. You know, it's time to talk about all of the arguments, the fussing, never coming to a conclusion. It's time for you to talk about that, because that's what's going to help to release you from this self-imposed mental imprisonment, feeling like there's no way out or being trapped. But you have to definitely watch how you speak when you deliver this message here. You have to watch how you speak when you deliver this message. You can't come in all unfiltered and, you know, screaming and cussing and fussing. Like, you see the whole energy of this card here. It's like charging in and screaming, and, you know, you don't need to come in when you're going back to this situation. You don't need to come in with an argument, you know, like opposing. Like, you need to come in a bit softer, a bit more ready to communicate like adults and not screaming at each other. That is, if you do not want to be single. That's the only way a new opportunity is going to come to you in this situation. I got a feeling that there was a lot of arguing going on in this old connection that you're going to go back to. It was a lot of fussing and a lot of fighting going on here. If you want to come out of this being trapped in your head about the situation, then it's time for you to approach it like an adult and speak on a different frequency with this person. And maybe that'll be the start to something good for you when it comes down to something that was, you know, you feel like it was betrayal, backstabbing going on in a situation. You know, if you don't want it to be like that, then maybe it's time for you to work on how you speak when you deliver the messages to this person. And, you know, to let them know that it is them that you want to be with, and, you know, and you're just, you know, it's time to talk about the arguments, in other words, in a different way. Without screaming. All right. What does Taurus's higher self want to say to them at this time? Thank you. Not at this time. We'll talk about that. Not at this time, and at the bottom of the deck said, eliminate distractions at this time. So the energy that I'm getting from that, before I even move on, is, are you still keeping this other person in your back pocket while you're trying to see if you can actually go back to the old connection? Because if that's so, you don't need to do that at this time. You got to eliminate the other distractions out of this thing before you even decide to go back. If this is the divinely guided partner, this person is going to know if you're still dealing with somebody else. Like, they're just going to know. You understand? Okay, felt like I needed to say that. Let's move on. What else would you like to say, higher self? It's time for self-care. Okay? It's time for you to do things for yourself. Like if you're always worried about whatever it is that's going to help you relax, is the self-care that you need at this time. It's time to work on your root chakra. Look up how to clear your root chakra. And to those that are, I think you're going to be shining your light anyway. I think that you don't really have a problem with like looking good and being yourself and feeling great, but this is mental thing that's going on with you that you need to work on. And it's time to relax, you know, and you know, do the self-care. Anything relaxing, like you need to be taking bubble baths, going to a spa and just relaxing, getting a massage, doing things that are geared towards peace, you know, that has nothing to do with anyone else. This is you. You need to do these kind of things for yourself. But a big message here was, if you're going to keep somebody on the back burner, this is not the time for you to run back and try to be in another relationship and keeping somebody on the back burner, okay? So please hear me out when it comes down to that. Hear your higher self out when it comes to that, okay? All right, Taurus, if this message resonates with you, please, oh, I'm sorry. See what your spirit guides have to say to you at this time as well. They were like, no, wait a minute. Don't forget that. Ooh, it's a lot. So let's try this again, spirit guides. We only need one. Was that it? We'll take it. We'll take it. Dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so that they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear, and often masquerade as truth. Masquerade as truth, yeah. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have less frantic quality. They are stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts that you want the world to reflect back to you. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. Okay, so that's a big message about being up here and in a state of fear. This reading has been about a self-imposed imprisonment. Like this is something that you're doing to yourself mentally, and you need to learn how to relax and release those thoughts that are negative. Confirmation. You need to learn how to relax and release those thoughts that are fear-based. Get out of that and believe that everything will be good. And that's the energy that will reflect back to you, is what they're trying to say. So please rewind that and watch that over and over again until you really understand that message, and you can really get into the energy of that message, because that's what's going to help you throughout the whole entire month of December, and probably from here on out, if you can just listen to that. That's what they're trying to do, okay? If this message resonates with you, Taurus, please like the video, share the video. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of the channel, a family member. Follow me on all social media platforms, and if you'd like to schedule a personal reading, please check the description box below. I do have these lovely oracle cards that I just created, answers from your higher self. I also have clothing that's available for you too. So click those links, take a look, do some shopping, whatever. Christmas is coming. Do something for yourself. Do something for the people that you love. And most of all, vibe high. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Peace.